Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel Sarees&Curries. I am so excited to share with you today a very hit recipe in my household. This is my take on a classic Mexican dessert called the Tres Leches Cake. So my take or twist on it is making it a coconut version. Yes, it's a coconut Tres Leches Cake. And it's so yummy, so delicious, and it's super duper easy to make. So let's get right into the recipe. So for this recipe, you could use a hand mixer, but I see or feel that a stand mixer is so much easier because you can just dump the ingredients in and it does a really good job for you. So I start with 3 egg whites. We make the sponge cake. So I put the 3 egg whites into my mixer and beat it on high speed till it almost triples in volume. You'll see that it's clear when it starts out, but as it gets air whipped into it, it becomes light and whiter in color. So here you can still see bubbles. It's almost doubled in size, but you want to keep going till it gets really white and triple in volume. Here you can see that, and keep beating it till it's nice and fluffy and almost foam like. I'll show you in a second how it looks. It's very foamy, right? So once that's done, you want to keep the mixer on and now add in 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. Now don't dump it all at once, but add it like I'm doing it here. Just keep adding it. So what it does is the egg whites incorporate the sugar into it, and how you know it's mixed properly is when the mixture becomes really shiny and glossy. And what you also want to do is maybe scrape the sides if you feel like the stand mixer is not like really mixing everything. Like you see on the edges there's a little bit of sugar. I'm just putting it in, but you see that the mixture is nice and shiny. That's when you know the mixture is combined. So once this is done, it's time to add our flavoring in. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Feel free to add anything you want, like coconut extract or whatever. Now the 3 yolks from the egg whites I had separated. Now I'm adding one at a time and making sure that everything is mixed well. See, that's what I said, that a stand mixer would be really helpful here, so you're not like having an arm workout. So once that's all mixed in, you'll see that it's getting into a flowy consistency. You might want to scrape the sides again with a spatula. Now it's time to add our flour and milk mixture. We need to alternate it. So I have 1 cup of flour with 1 tablespoon of baking soda mixed into it. I'm adding that, then alternating it with a total of 1/4 cup of whole milk. So you want to add the flour, milk, flour, milk, flour. So you start with the flour and end with the flour. Here there's a cloud of flour. You just want to make sure that everything is mixed well. And then once it's mixed, you do want to scrape the sides to make sure everything is incorporated. Now here's my secret ingredient. It's 1 teaspoon of ground cardamom powder. Coconut and cardamom is such a classic combo, so it gives it an amazing exotic flavor. So just give it one more mix till everything is nicely incorporated. And then you can remove it off of the stand and just scrape down all the sides with a spatula. Make sure that there are no dry patches of flour. Make sure everything is mixed well. Meanwhile, heat up your oven to 350 Fahrenheit and also grease or butter a 9-inch cake pan. So here I've just taken it off of the mixer. I'm just making sure that I get all the dry flour, get everything mixed really well so that there's no dry flour at the bottom. And then here is my 9-inch pan, which I've already buttered. And you want to pour the mixture right into this. Now you could also put it in a square pan, a glass pan, and that is even easier. And I'll tell you why. So once you have added the mixture, shake it and then just tap it a few times to release any air bubbles. You see the air bubbles? It's a very light spongy mixture. So once this is done, stick it in your oven 20 to 25 minutes till a toothpick comes out clean when inserted in the center. Now for the tres leches or 3 milks, usually you use heavy cream, evaporated milk and condensed milk. But here I've switched it up. I'm using condensed milk, I'm using coconut milk and regular whole milk. I've used 1 cup of each, so total of 3 cups. Make sure everything is mixed well. So once your timer is up, make sure that your cake is done. Here a toothpick comes out clean when inserted in the center. Now you want to transfer it into any vessel of your choice. Now if you did use a glass pan to bake the cake, you could just let the cake sit in there. Here I transferred it into a pie pan, and you want to poke as many holes as you want so that the cake acts as a sponge, and you could use a fork, anything. And then you want to start adding your milk mixture, and don't worry, it looks like there's a lot of milk mixture, but trust me, this is a sponge cake and it really acts like a sponge, and within a few minutes the cake will absorb all the liquid that there is, and it will be such a moist cake. Here you see everything is absorbed. Now to make it extra coconutty, I'm topping it with some sweetened coconut shreds. Now you could use unsweetened, or you could skip it altogether and just top it with whipped cream when serving. But since I like a lot of coconut with the cardamom, and it gives it such an amazing flavor and texture, I just top it with this coconut mixture. And to give it some additional texture, what I'm going to do is top it with some chopped almonds. You can also top it with some chopped pistachios. That will give it a contrasting color, green with the white. And then you just let the cake sit for a few minutes, and the ideal way is to stick the cake in the fridge for a few hours or overnight if best. But in my family, we couldn't wait for this cake to be ready, so I kind of cut up a piece within like 20 minutes of making the cake, and it still did a great job. And you can see when I show you that it is such a beautiful cake. It absorbed all the liquid, and it is such a spongy cake, and it is so easy to make. The sponge cake is so easy, and the milk you just add, and it's such an amazing dessert to make, and I'm sure everybody will like it. So do let me know in the comments, have you liked this cake? And make sure to subscribe. So I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.